When you have a business credit card, you really need to understand the fees that are attached to that business credit card because if you think that basically you're having just rewards or you have a balance transfer or you have an intro APR offer, and you don't pay attention to what's happening in the back end, you're making a big mistake. So in today's conversation, what I want to do is I want to explain to you the most basic business credit card fees that you need to really pay attention to this year. So here are the top fees I want you to pay attention to. Number one, you have the annual fee. So everybody knows the annual fee, right? Everybody that's like when you have a business credit card, like let's say you have the Chase Sapphire Razor, for instance, they're charging you $795. And some people say, oh, that's a lot of cash for annual fee. But no, you got to really look at the annual fee versus the benefits you are getting from that business credit card. Okay, the higher the fee, the usually what happens here is that the larger the array of benefits, of perks, of rewards you can earn from the business credit card. And some business credit card even gives you they even give you some credits. Like if you think about the some of American Express business credit cards, they give you some credits on let's say live like streaming services such as Hulu or Disney Plus. Okay, so the annual fee is important. And one thing I want you to understand here is that the annual fee is automatically deducted from the account every single year, and it's usually at the same date. Okay, so to understand the card's true cost, you want to calculate the annual fee against its benefits and rewards. Okay, so that's important, and you want to keep in mind what I just said. Generally, the higher the annual fee, the more benefits the business card should really offer you. Okay. Now, while some credit card issuers will waive the annual fee the first year as a sign on incentive, remember that the annual charge will follow you for the life of the card. The life of the card. Not just for the first 2 years or 3 years. No, the life of the card. They might waive the first year. No problem. Just to get you in, right? But once you're in, you're going to pay this for your life. I mean, so that's important. So, and that means you have to pay the fee whether or not you continue to take advantage of the card's rewards. Next, you have the late fee. So the late fee actually, it's something that is, it's pretty variable because there is no legal limits on the amount business credit cards can be charged in late fees. You want to check with your card issuer and do the proper research before you commit to a card to understand the terms and policies of the late fees, and certainly before you make a late payment. Okay, it's just better to opt for automatic payments to avoid late fees at all. So if you're thinking about business credit card fees this year, I want you to also think about balance transfer fee. Now, a lot of people don't really think deep, like they don't think seriously about balance transfer fees because they're thinking, well, I have 12 months when I'm not paying anything at all. I'm just going to transfer 20 grand or 25 grand onto this card with the 0% APR for 1 year. And hopefully within the year, I'll be able to pay this amount off. But the thing they don't remember here is that their balance transfer fee can really eat a lot into your savings because those the 3% or 5% balance transfer fee, it is a one-time fee. In other words, you're paying it right away. Whereas the APR actually spreads over 12 months. So if the credit card provider is telling you, listen, I'm charging you an APR of 17%, this actually applies over a year. But the 3% or the 5%, they actually charging you right away. So if you annualize that 3% or 5%, that's way more than the APR you would have paid anyway. So be very careful there. I mean, my favorite, my most I would say my favorite path is to go for business credit cards that do not charge any balance transfer fee. So before you decide to move forward with a balance transfer fee, calculate always the cost of the balance transfer fee. Okay, and you want to calculate that, and you want to really compare it to the potential savings that you actually might have. Another fee I want you to think about is the cash advance fee. So when your company needs fast cash, you may be able to use your credit card for a short-term cash loan at an ATM or bank. Now, keep in mind that a cash advance can be costly, okay? As I wouldn't advise you to do that because as transaction is really costly. When you take out a short-term cash loan, you will be charged a percentage of the amount you borrow, usually 3 to 5%, or a minimum flat fee, often $5 to $15. Okay, so but that's not all though. In addition to the cash advance fee, you may have to pay a fee to the owner of the ATM or the financial institution that gives you the cash advance. Another fee to really think about if you have a business credit card this year is the foreign transaction fee. Foreign transaction fee is important because a lot of businesses are not just, I would say, restricted geographically to the states only. You could be somewhere in Ohio, you can be somewhere in California, you can be somewhere in New York, and have operations globally, which means that you're going to have to pay and receive payments from overseas or pay foreign suppliers, right? So it's important. And so when you think about foreign transaction fees, a lot of people or most people think, yeah, well, you have to travel to actually incur that fee. I'm not traveling, so I don't care about the foreign transaction fee. But no, the foreign transaction fee comes in two waves. The first wave is what you know, which is you travel, you go overseas, you go abroad, and when you use your business credit card or your team members use your business credit card to buy stuff, then you're paying a foreign transaction fee. But the second thing is if you're not traveling, but you are shopping on a foreign website where the transactions are denominated in a currency that is different from the US dollar, you also will have to we have to pay a foreign transaction fee. I want to insist on the fact that the transactions have to be denominated in a currency different from the US dollar because there are some countries in the world right now, when you shop on their website, they're charging you in US dollar. They're not charging you in their local currency. So even if you're shopping on a foreign website, but the currency is in US dollar, that's fine. The bank only charges you when the transaction is denominated in a currency different from the US dollar. Okay. So one thing you need to understand, long story short, when it comes to foreign transaction fee, you need to really understand that some carriers charge a fee up to 4% for a transaction completed in a foreign currency. So if you plan to use your business credit card for purchases overseas or for purchases on foreign website, you want to do your research and find a card with minimal foreign transaction fees or even better, no foreign transaction fees. So if you want to understand business credit card fees this year, I want to introduce to you another fee that most business credit card holders have never heard about, and that's the over limit fee. So, though nearly extinct in the personal credit card world, a handful of business credit cards continue to charge fees to customers who exceed their credit limits. Okay, so while personal credit card customers can be charged an over limit fee unless they opt in to be allowed to exceed their credit limits, the same isn't true for business credit card customers. Okay, so that's an important element to think about. So if your business credit card has, say, a limit of $50,000 and you charge 51,000 or 52,000, you might actually get an over limit fee. Okay, and also caps on penalty fees, including over limit fees, don't apply to business credit cards. So you want to factor in over limit fees as you compare credit card costs. And once you have been approved for a card, make sure to stay well under your borrowing limit. That's going to help you big time, especially in the long run in trying to establish yourself, establish your business credit too. Another business credit card fee I want you to think about is actually the penalty APR. So while APRs are generally displayed clearly and prominently in advertising materials, penalty or default APRs can be hard to find if you don't know where to look. Okay, many issuers apply penalty APRs, let's say of nearly 30% when a payment is missed, late, or returned unpaid, which means that instead of the 15% that you got approved for, now you're paying 30%. And this increased penalty rate is often in place indefinitely and applies to all outstanding balances and future transactions, which can be really harsh to absorb. Okay, and you can find penalty APRs listed among other fees, terms, and conditions in the pricing and terms section of business credit card applications. And that's important from a flexibility point of view to know exactly what you're getting yourself into. One thing you need to understand is that those are the top seven business credit card fees to really pay attention to. Okay. Now, when you get business credit card offers in general, there are a few things you want to look out for. Okay. Not just because the lenders are trying to trick you, it's just that they are trying to advertise their product. It's up to you, the customer, to do your due diligence and know exactly what you're getting yourself into. Let's first talk about the card type, and then I'll speak to you about the benefits and perks. One thing you need to understand is that there are a variety of cards that are designed for specific purposes. So it's important that you determine if the card offer meets your needs, right? So if the card is offering, let's say, cash back, you got to ask yourself, does your business needs cash back at this time? Does your business spend a lot of cash in that specific expense category? If the business credit card is offering you a rotating category every quarter, ask yourself if you're spending much to be able to actually opt in that the rotating category offer. So the most common type of business credit cards you've mostly come across are cards with teaser intro rates, low interest rate cards, cards with rewards programs, airline mile frequent flyer cards, unsecured business credit cards, secured cards, and prepaid cards, right? So let me give you an example. If you travel, let's say, regularly for business, then you may want to consider an airline business credit card. This type of card provides the benefits of earning airline miles on every purchase you make. So depending on the card issuer, the miles that you earn can even be redeemed for travel expenses such as flights, hotel stays, etc. So besides the card type, you also have benefits and perks. So as a business owner, you most likely have plenty of expenses that can be charged to a business credit card. So you want to be on the lookout for cards where you can pick up points and cashback rewards. So from earning reward rates on travel, advertising, internet and phone services, and shipping services, you are likely to benefit tremendously through reward programs. And if you spend a significant amount in certain categories listed with a card offer, then the return may be well worth it, especially if you align your spending patterns with the perks that the business credit card is offering. And a lot of business credit cards are even offering you beyond the perks. They're offering you even credits like TSA credits, credits on live streaming services such as Hulu, Disney Plus, okay, Amazon Prime, Apple TV, and so on and so forth. So this is really good to really make sure that their offer aligns with your lifestyle. So when you think about an important thing to check out in the credit card offer is the quintessential APR. So when we talk about APR, there are two ways of analyzing the APR equation. The first way is you want to look at the intro APR. And within that intro APR, you have two other things. You have the intro APR on purchases and the intro APR on balance transfers. So usually business credit cards might give you let's say a 0% intro APR for purchases, balance transfers, or both, okay? So when you have that, this is pretty cool because here all of a sudden you have access to a very cheap or let's say free way, inexpensive way to actually finance your purchases, get inventory in the business, take care of shipping, all that kind of stuff. So what happens here is that the company, your company, will have more cash on hand, more time to actually pay for things such as payroll or working capital. Okay, that's really good. And there are some cases where you can even use the business credit card to charge. I mean, to pay for Facebook ads, Google ads, Instagram ads, okay, and still get benefits. That's the first part, the intro APR. The second part is the ongoing APR. So once the 12 months are over, or the 18 months, or the 16 months, or whatever the intro period is, once that's over, you got to ask yourself, how much is the company charging you for real? Okay, because at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you know what you've been charged up front, and you will be charged on an ongoing basis. So other things to watch out for are card issuers offering a low interest rates. This can save you cash every month on finance charges. And with this type of business credit card, you can lower the cost of higher interest credit card payments and pay down the principal balance of your credit card debt faster. Especially from a flexibility point of view, this is pretty cool. Next, you have the applicable fees. So if you want to understand business credit card fees, you need to really understand that some fees are just associated with a specific business credit card you are applying for or you are considering. Okay, so some fees are worth paying for, while others are not, and most actually are avoidable. Okay, so if they charge an annual fee, you got to really ask yourself, can you offset the fee with the benefits that you have? If yes, okay, go for it. If you travel abroad, then you want to find out if the card charges a foreign transaction fee. How about late payment fees and cash advance fees, right? Remember, business credit cards with annual fees tend to offer higher rewards programs, okay, and sign up bonuses than those cards with no annual fee. So you got to really ask yourself what you actually are looking to get from this credit card relationship. You also have credit reporting. So in almost every case, when you apply for a business credit card, the card issuer will check your personal credit. Okay, so you as the business owner, you have to provide your social security number. So they will check your personal credit to determine credit worthiness. Even though you are applying for a business credit card using your EIN, your personal credit report is almost always used in the credit decision. So you have, and credit decision means the credit limit you end up getting, but also the APR they charge you. Okay, so aside from incurring a hard inquiry, the new business credit card account will show up on your consumer credit report as an additional liability in your name, and all the balances and payments on the business credit card will show up on your personal credit report as well. Okay, so you want to consider applying for business credit cards that report only to the business credit reporting agencies. That way, you're able to get things done fast and things done in a very efficient manner. So, as an epilogue into this conversation, I spoke to you about the business credit card fees, what to know, and how to navigate the whole equation. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.